Hello, I am Lovett Chidima John, and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're a first timer, that is, this is the first time you're coming across my video, please do press the subscribe button and like. Thank you. If you're a book lover, this promises to be an experience, right? This is like me reading you a story. So yes, if you're a book lover just like me, please subscribe. This is your channel. So today we'll be reviewing the Baxter series, take one, right? It's written by Karen Kingsbury, and if you do not know Karen Kingsbury, she is a best-seller author, and she writes Christian books, right? So I just love her. I got to know about her late last year, and it has been pure bliss for me. And don't worry, I'm going to bring back all the books I've read, and we are going to speak about it on this channel. So let's get into this. First, I would love to give a standing ovation for Karen. Like, she was able to bring these characters once again together. She was able to bring God in the middle of it. Like, you know, when you speak to God or when you pray and you feel an answer or a response to your prayer immediately, like, the thought I have for you are thought of peace and not of evil to give you an expected end. It gives you this courage. So we see more of this in our book, and it was amazing for me. So the Baxter series take one features the story of Chase and Keith, right? So they decided to make a movie. God has always used them, taking them to different parts of the world. Like the last place they went to was Indonesia, where they carried on missionary journey, and they were able to speak to and help a lot of people with a lot of setback, but God always came through. So this time around, it was a much more bigger challenge, because it is not just packing up your luggage and your children to a different country. This was Hollywood, and you know Hollywood is a big deal, right? So yes, I'm sorry, I'm very excited, because throughout this book I was hooked. I was really excited reading this book. So yes, Chase and Keith decided to come to Hollywood, and they started the production of The Last Letter. So they were on a tight budget, seeing as they wanted an individual production. They wanted exclusivity on their creatives. So they didn't want any studio to come along and then change the story. But they didn't want to market this movie as a Christian movie. They wanted it to be for everybody, power packs, where people come together and read and see this movie and get better, right? So yeah, they got a couple of investors to come around, and they started production. They were able to get A-star actresses and actors to get into the movie with as little target budget that they had, and it was going smoothly at some point until setbacks started coming in, and then they had to like think through, is this what God wants us to do? Because if this is it, this setback is getting too much. But I must applaud the faith they carry through to the end of this book. Oh my goodness, this is a sign that I need a partner in faith, where if my faith begins to dwindle, I get a partner that awakens me. That was what happened with Chase and Keith, right? Whenever Chase's faith was already always like going down and everything, and he was questioning why they were in production, Keith was always there to like pat him on the back. The thought God has for us is God of a thought of peace and not of evil to give us an expected end. So it's always resonated with me. So yeah, in between, one other thing I love about Karen is her ability to bring in different characters, and she's able to set the balance. Like, she's able to speak about this person, she's able to speak to this person, and then you'll be able to flow, right? So she was able to bring in Chase and Keith family and the drama that unfolds within them, right? And still going on with what is going on in Hollywood, and then friends of their friends and what was going on with them, and still has Hollywood at the center of it. So now Keith and his beautiful wife Lisa had a very beautiful daughter, Andy. Now Andy felt, oh, I've lived a sheltered life, I'm a missionary kid, right? Things have always been centered around God. Now she wants to be an actress, and she's in a very big city, and she wants to experience life. She says she wants to experience God rescuing her, and I was like, do you really want to do that. You really want to get exposed to the drinking and the partying that comes with the outside world, and then have God rescue you. But yes, being a wild child that she is, she's full of life. She wanted to experience life. She did experience life. But one thing that saved her in this book was her roommate, Bailey. Yes, Bailey is another very beautiful character. I loved the ability to draw strength in whatever and wherever she is, ability to comfort herself. So she was able to help her friend together with the guy she loves, but she's trying as much as possible to down the flame. Like, this book is a lot. I'm just going to give you a review so that you can go ahead to read this book, right? Don't worry, we'll go step by step. So yes, Bailey and Cody loved themselves, but Cody feels, oh, he lost his left foot, his lower left foot at war. He went to fight in Iraq, and then he lost his lower left foot. So he felt, I'm not good enough for Bailey. Bailey is a sweet girl. Don't forget, Bailey is Andy's roommates now in college. So he wanted her to have a better person. And he feels her new boyfriend, Tim, is good for her. He's also an aspiring actor, is also in college with her, and they're having a good relationship. He never asked Bailey, is this what you want to do? But Bailey just went along with it, thinking Cody sees her as just a sister. But she had an inkling that, oh, this guy might actually like me, right? Well, throughout the end of the movie, we never see any of them, the both of them coming together and professing love for themselves, right? So she and Tim had a good thing going on, but you know, where she feels, oh, this is good on paper, but this is not what my heart talks for, right? So that was what was going on with Bailey and Cody, as well as Tim. So at the end of this book, I was telling you about the plenty struggles that came with the production of this movie, The Last Letter. So they had money issues, they had a food truck burning down, they had an actress coming on to Chase, their best actress, their A-star actress, their key actress coming on to Chase, wanting to sleep with Chase, a married man to his beautiful wife, Kelly, right? So, and they just had a lot of temptation, but in the end, God prevailed. Like, you see that last minute miracle God always performs, like it happened in this book here, it happened, yes. So they were at the brink of telling the entire cast and crew that, oh, we are done, we don't have money to continue this, a lot of prayer has gone into it, nothing is coming forward, so we think this is our last bus stop. And then Chase received the fax, and then he went and brought the fax, and then he read it that, and an investor, a very, very big investor in the music industry, have been looking for a movie to invest in, but he wanted the movie to be power packed. Which other movie would that be? Of course, The Last Letter. So he saw the interview Chase did with One Entertainment Tonight, they call it ET, and then his daughter was like, Dad, you need to do this. So he sent his attorney a message, and his attorney reached out to Chase and the crew and was like, oh, we are on board with this, we would assist you with anything. I mean, Keith was already on stage telling the crew, wanting to tell the crew that, oh, we are done, we are throwing the towel and all of that. And then Chase comes running and is like, oh, please do not. Like, the twist was so beautiful. I wanted to shed a tear, but I didn't shed a tear. But it just gives me this courage that no matter what, God's last minute miracle is always going to come through. And they were able to finish production of the movie. But as I've told you, this is take one, we have take two. But from the streams and everything, we can see that The Last Letter is going to be a very, very, very amazing book. It ended in a good note. They produced the movie. Andy came back and apologized to her parents, explained everything, the night party she went to and how she was almost raped. Yes, it was that extreme. A good girl who became this, right? And then Bailey was still Bailey, still trying to understand the kind of emotions Cody was showing to her, and Tim was still Tim. But in all, this is an amazing book, and you should definitely give the Baxter series Take One a chance. See you on my next one. Until then, please do not forget to subscribe and like. I love you.